Hello everyone, we are recording a new episode of English talk show interviews with our friend Nikolay Susolkin. He will introduce himself later, and we also have this kumquat tree as a guest, and we've decided to talk to this tree or a bush, I'm not sure, and there are even some fruits of this tree. Hopefully we're going to use it. Well, I'm not sure about the equivalent. Maybe we should ask my girlfriend Mariana. We can use like what we call in Russian zakuska, you know?
Surely,
Yeah,
if she allow us.
yeah, yeah. And this whiskey is sponsored by a local Rostov oligarch. It was presented to me many years ago, and finally I have a chance to treat my friend Nikolay with this
Enough.
amazing 12-year-old whiskey, but not sponsored by Macallan, sponsored by the local oligarch. So, Kolya, anyway, and just for you to know, I'm drinking tea. I don't drink low.
I know.
Yeah, to your health, Kolya.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, basically, you've been with English Talk Show for a while. You come to us from time to time. And what could you say about yourself? Just imagine that aliens came to Earth and they want to know something about you.
Aliens?
Yeah, aliens.
Have you seen movie Aliens? Do you want to introduce yourself to them? You'd better run.
Well, I mean, human-like aliens, maybe good ones, So they came to Earth, they want to know more about humans, and they met you and they want to know something about you as a human. What would you say, Kolya?
On the very basic level, I help other humans.
You will have other humans
Help.
help.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I must say some remark in
Like a comment.
Yeah, I must say some comment. I haven't practiced my English for at least a year, so I'm very sorry for my accent and mistakes.
It's not really important. So, Kolya, how would you introduce yourself to aliens?
I'm a human being whose profession is to help other human beings to do their job.
Yeah, and as far as I know, you also help other people to make their dreams come true. Well, to be more precise, you help startups to start. Do you want to say anything about it?
Well, not only startups, but established enterprises mostly. I help them to introduce new products and make existing products live longer.
Good, good.
Something like 80% of our clients are enterprises and 20-25% are startups.
And is it correct to say that you operate like an IT incubator, what we call it in Russia?
Both incubator and accelerator. The difference is that in incubators, teams have just idea, and in accelerator, they have existing product which we accelerate using our methodologies.
Good, good. Yeah, you know a lot of stuff about it. And Kolya, I want to ask you a tricky question. I've known you for quite many years, and 3 years ago you were doing some very unusual stuff, and I was always surprised that you did something and it looked like you did it for pleasure, but I couldn't say exactly what you did. But finally, after many years of doing something unusual, you came to this kind of success. As far as I know, you earn like adult serious money finally, but it took you a lot of time to achieve this goal. And how did you manage to believe that you are doing the right thing for so many years?
I always believed in philosophy, which tells us that quantity goes into quality. So after some iterations.
Okay. But did you consider any risks that, well, it's not, like when you play in a casino, there is, and you double your stakes, there is always a risk that maybe based on probabilities you're going to win in the future, but you won't have enough money. With life it is the same, maybe you're gonna succeed someday, but it will take you so much time that you actually lose your patience. Did you consider this risk? Or you just believe that it's gonna work someday?
I always, well, before I came to my state-of-the-art success, means my current success, I always lived from my nowadays point of view on the brink of the poverty. But I always, I never wanted to lead the usual life.
Good, good. Yeah. Well, at least you will have something to write in your biography.
Maybe if I live long enough to
well,
become an old person.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. You know, if you are famous enough, it's not actually necessary to live long enough. I mean, well, anyway.
Like Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, yeah. Well, but you are too old. You're not 27 anyway, so
anyway.
It's not going to work with you. Yeah, but Kolya, would you ever consider having some ordinary office job? You know, you wake up in the morning, you go to some place, and maybe you kind of like what you do, but still it's from 9 till 6 or 7. Would you do it? Could you be happy doing it?
No. At some point of my life, I taught English language as a means to have some earnings to support myself, but it was a means to avoid having this usual life you described, because as I told you previously, I never wanted to have usual life like working from 9 to 6 or like working at some usual office, having some office, usual office job.
Good, good.
Yeah.
And you know, we have some extra questions, but anyway, I think it's time to drink, Kolya.
Yeah.
I want to raise this toast. I want to raise this glass for our having a happy life and doing what we really like, and hopefully we're not gonna suffer like some poor office creatures ever. Never ever.
Okay, so let's drink.
Yeah.
And what I want to add after we'll drink.
Yeah. And you know, I've always had this idea to eat some fruit from the tree. It didn't work.
Are you sure? Are you sure that you drink tea?
Oh, sorry. There is a leaf in your whiskey, but it doesn't matter. Don't worry.
Okay, no. Yes.
Yeah. Wanna try? By the way, they are. I mean, the fruit.
The fruit, okay.
They are quite sour, I have to say, but it's better than lemon.
Do I have to remove this?
I don't think so. Just eat it. I mean, we want to make sure that you're a tough guy.
Yes. It tastes like lemon, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, tree.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
And
To success.
yes, to success. And we stopped at your question like
About ordinary office job.
ordinary office job and suffering.
Mm-hmm.
So I must say that the only suffering I am willing to come back to is suffering that I need to come across this suffering, not to have ordinary life.
Mm-hmm.
So
You
having ordinary life is worse than not having money.
Okay, good, good. So you probably mean that the only discomfort you're gonna feel again is about what they call taking yourself outside your comfort zone. So just to make sure that you won't ever return to this boring office life.
I never had one.
Yeah, that's good. Good for you.
It's like it's like vision of hell for me. So I'm making everything to avoid it.
Yeah, Kolya, but I won't ask you about your money, but as I can see, your watch is good enough, and I like watches, as you know. So, but what is your attitude to money in general? I mean, is it just the purpose, or the means, or it makes you happy? maybe it makes you feel more secure.
Yeah, maybe this, the last option. So the general answer for your question is it is means to freedom.
Mm.
And freedom is only necessary step to happiness.
Mhm.
So sufficient step to happiness is some other things than money.
Good. Yeah, and I know you as a very practical person, but maybe there are some impractical sides of yours, like you could be romantic sometimes, or like not so practical, or even naive. Does it happen to you? When I don't know, when you fall in love, when you
Yes.
fall in love with a new watch you really like, how does it work?
Well, to fall in love with a thing is something other than to fall in love with person.
I know. I mean, I'm asking you so that our viewers will understand what makes you a human. I mean, you're not just a robot who helps startups to succeed, but you also...
I'm a human after all. Yeah. So what makes me a human after all?
Yeah.
Meaning weak.
Meaning imperfections, impracticality.
Yeah, so I must admit that in past I made a lot of mistakes in relationships, and I hurt it, or I
hurt other people.
Yeah. I hurt women's feelings. So this.
Come on, you are forgotten. Or not forgotten. Sorry. You're forgiven. I wanted to say you're forgiven.
Forgotten and forgiven. It is very good. It is good if some women whose feelings I hurt has forgotten me. It would be great for me and for her. For me, because I would not I would not feel guilty.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't feel guilty. Don't worry.
Yeah.
They've already found someone.
I hope
someone.
so.
Yeah. And
so.
Kolya, something about the future.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a job interview, but anyway, what do you think Kolya will look like in 10 years? Well, it's not just about your appearance. I mean, what is your life going to look like? What are you going to do in 10 years? What do you want from your life in 10 years?
I hope that in 10 years I'll be retired.
Yeah. It's a very good option, and hopefully you will earn enough money for that.
Yeah.
And maybe then you will do something very slow and like writing a book,
Yeah, like writing book, like memoirs you mentioned previously, and maybe some attending like some conferences as a speaker, maybe like usual attendance, and yeah, not having this intense life like I have now, but I must also say that I like my nowadays life, despite the fact that it is very intense.
And it looks like you are single at the moment, and maybe there will be some happy lady who will join your life someday. And just imagine that potential candidates are watching this video. So what would you like to say? Well, it's not just about addressing to the women who you will like. What would you like to say to women in general? Maybe they should enjoy their life, or they should do something else, or they should avoid assholes not like you.
Well, dear women, Alibek offered me to introduce myself as a like candidate for the role of your soulmate. What would I say to what would I say representing myself? I do not like I do not divide. How should I put it? My English is very poor nowadays.
You mean private life and something else, or what do you mean?
No.
You don't see some difference between this and this?
Yeah, I do not divide, like, I respect women as much as men. Because in Russia it is like general problem.
Yeah, we
that
have this imbalance.
Like women are not respected by like most men.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, there is a problem like that.
I have respect for everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So vote for Nikolay. And Kolya, finally, I'd like to raise a toast, and
Okay,
I'd like to suggest. Well, thanks to English Talk. Well, not just. Did I meet you at English Talk Show for the first time? By the way, I can't remember.
It was in Uli.
Oh yeah.
Hive.
Yeah, that place where
Cafeteria.
English Talk Show started. But anyway, thanks to English Talk Show, I met you. I knew you as a person, as a man. Could you please raise a toast to English Talk Show as an event?
Live long and prosper.
Yeah. Thank you, Kolya. Yeah. Anything else to say to our audience?
I think that's enough.
Yeah. So, boys and girls, thanks for watching this episode of English Talk Show interviews. It was Nikolay Susolkin, who is, I can tell you, well, I consider you a happy man. I mean, because it looks like you do what you really like.
Exactly.
Some time ago, I thought that you are kind of doing nothing, or I wasn't sure what exactly you were doing, but now I realized that you were moving towards your aim.
Yeah, I always believed in having it.
Yeah.
So, and I achieved it.
Yeah. So be healthy, drink tea, drink whiskey responsibly, and have fun.
Cheers!
Yeah. Thank you, Kolya.
You're welcome. Thank you.